if at all you are an investor and someone with an investment mind. Dial star 292 hash on MTN and start the subscription by getting yourself an account with Zabu. Your NIN is needed in registration for you to get your account, and after that registration, investing starts 24 hours after it. Markets open 8:15 a.m. and close at 3:15 p.m. East African Standard Time. Zabu says, my money, my future. You can invest with as low as 15,000 Ugandan shillings. Powered by Altex East Africa. Well, besides that, we go on ground. Now, the SMB on ground this time round takes us back to a conversation that Barija Andrew had on matters to do with internet misuse and how it affects business growth and business in general. Let's have a look.
As much as social media can be very profitable for a business, it also has quite another side once it's misused. Recently, the Parliament is putting across the Computer Misuse, that's Amendment Act, whereby we talk about the misuse of computers. And when we talk about this aspect of the misuse of computers, definitely we can't talk about, we can't leave out, let me say that, we can't leave out the misuse of the internet, because it all comes back to the internet, because the only way computers can be misused is through the internet, the connectivity, and of course people do quite a lot of things with the internet, and this has a sudden impact to the business community. Facebook, it's now coming to almost a year right now, ever since it was blocked by the government, but it's all misuse of social media. And once it's misused, the implications come back to the people that are innocent, the citizens that are using this platform, and probably they don't know what's going on, and at the end of the day, they end up being affected. And right here with me, I have a guest, and we're going to be talking about the implications of the misuse of social media towards the business community in Uganda in particular. Probably if you're out there and you're misusing the internet, you are not, it's just so selfish, because there is a person who's going to pay for that, and that person is not aware of your acts, and probably they're innocent and they're using the internet for the right reasons. Smart means business, and of course we always go on ground and meet the different people to discover different opinions regarding matters that affect the business environment in Uganda. And let me get straight to the interview with Alex Misuse. He's an expert into technology and, of course, using of these gadgets. And we are going to talk about the misuse of social media and its implications to the business. Alex, how are you?
Very fine, Andrew. It's a lovely morning.
It is.
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the topic straight away. In your own opinion, let's talk about how the negative use of social media has impacted business.
Yeah, so Andrew, as maybe our viewers know, that ever since COVID happened and the lockdowns, a lot of businesses moved their activities online. So the internet has become more saturated and busier. There are so much activities going on, and perhaps it's one of the areas in Uganda which is less regulated by maybe the authorities. So for us small-scale business operators, especially people in multimedia and animations specifically, we work a lot with social media and we create content for these platforms. So we often work there, advertise there, because we don't have a lot of budgets we don't have big budgets like larger organizations to market with other platforms, so we use that a lot. So as a result, we spend a lot of our resources and time online there. But in there, you realize that actually a lot of things go on, a lot of things happen, and people use social media. Each and every person, they use it the way they want to use it. So there is no regulation, there is no who to tell you what to do or how to tell you. Now, I've realized that social media, as much as it has the capacity to boost your business sales and your business and everything, but it also has the capacity to destroy your brand in minutes. So some of the areas which you're going to encounter from time to time is humiliation, blackmail. You find that I've noticed there's cases of sexual harassment and data harvesting. You know, things like that. So there are also things to do with copyright infringement and copyright laws are broken on social media, so there is no regard for all of the things. So you create work, for us creatives, you create work and somebody will take it, use it in a meme, lubricate it, and spread it like it's their work. Then you find across different platforms also you find that people from Facebook take sometimes content from YouTube. There are people who are dedicated to creating YouTube content, so they take videos from there, they kind of manipulate them. These days phones have all sorts of apps for editing pictures, editing videos. So somebody takes your work, work you have invested money in, they create a meme out of it, and they will use it on Facebook. So you see it circulating, it has countless views, but you're not benefiting from your work. All of this makes very great losses. And if you try to confront them on social media, people will humiliate you, blackmail you, or abuse you and give you a barrage of insults. So social media, social media misuse is still greatly unregulated, and it's a big problem for us small scale business owners in Uganda. So over the years, I've realized that one of the major issues with business operators in Uganda and social media is the failure to separate your personal accounts from the business accounts. Yeah, so I was lucky enough that personally I was sat down, somebody taught me about this in a business kind of setting, and I learned how important it is to separate those two accounts. So sometimes what you discuss on your social media should be completely kept away, from your personal accounts as an individual, should be different from the business accounts. Because the business accounts represent a virtual person who is the business. For example, in our case, Cartoon Mentor. So Cartoon Mentor is different from Alex Misuse. And it's always important, I wish people would understand this, for you to separate those two areas. So if maybe you subscribe to a particular political position, you can discuss that on your personal pages, on your personal Twitter handles, but it's not a good idea for you to cross that into maybe your business. For example, it is a bad idea for you to start discussing politics or culture or tribalism on a platform where you're supposed to be serving people and clients. And in Uganda, at the moment, there is still a very big mix-up there. So you reach people's pages and you are even confused. You don't know if this is a political platform or this is a business platform. Yes. So that's what I've been observing. But there is indeed a very big negative impact if social media is not handled very well. Yes.
You've talked about separating your business, your social media from your personal. I had a friend of mine who's a DJ. He's into the business, of course, of making the music. He told me, you know what, when I'm on my social media, I can post my personal account. I can post photos when I'm jumping. I'm in the ghettos. I'm jumping over those. They call them omwala. Yes. But on my business, I can't do that, and that was very, very important. I guess that is something very influential for a person if you're running business out there, and of course you're doing it on your social media. It's very important to separate your personal life from your business, because from the business perspective, people always expect the best. There is an image, there is a picture that they see you in, and of course we have personal lives at the end of the day, but that's not something that we should put out there to the public. Mr. Alex, you mentioned about something on blackmail. Let's talk about blackmail on social media and business.
Yes. Now, there's an issue of accountability. There's one thing I've noticed with personally, these are my personal views. There's one thing I've noticed with social media. Now, social media and the internet in general gives people the privilege of anonymity. So people use, they use aliases, and you cannot really tell who's who. People use their nicknames. So as youth, or as people who operate businesses online, or people use these platforms, so they have kind of taken the idea, the privilege of anonymity to the extremes. So what that leads to is there's a lack of accountability in a sense. So somebody always is confident that they can say whatever they want on social media because you can trace them or you can track them. And of course, maybe as we continue working with business, the government and the concerned authorities need to really look into these issues, because if the internet is going to be a place where we do business, there has to be a bit of regulation, there has to be a bit of accountability. So you find that somebody can say whatever they want. You know, they can use vulgar language, they can abuse your brand, they can, you know, they can attack you openly, they can critique your work without a regard of professionalism because they are anonymous. But, you know, sooner or later, that has created a lot of friction between relationships and brands, and some businesses have gone out of work completely because of what is said. So on the side of the person using social media as their main marketing platform or a place where they make their sales, as a business, it's very important. As a businessman, it's very important to take in consideration things to do with people's rights, things like gender, you know, equality, gender, you know, there are a lot of gender issues. The way you address your clients, the things you say about your brand, and the way you associate it with the different areas of what is happening in society. It's very important because people will judge you. All your clients are going to be judging you based on what you are posting on social media. That's why I said earlier, it is very important to separate the two. But actually, personally, I've never been humiliated on social media or being attacked at a personal level, though some of my friends and colleagues have experienced this in the past. But it happens more than you think. Maybe there's a funny story which I remember. One time, for some reason, somebody thought I was a woman, and they were, I don't know how to say this, but somebody spent time trying to befriend me because they thought I was a woman, and I told them, I am not a woman. I'm not a woman, and I'm telling them, this platform is our business platform. You cannot be... So I don't know if that is also humiliation or blackmail, I don't know, but it felt, you know, it was demeaning. You know, it was a very, it has never occurred to me. It was a very strange thing. So somebody says it's a clear business page, but he is kind of communicating to you things, and this was a man, and probably a man I'm older than, and you know, and I was like, you're not serious, you can't do this here. And this person has no regard for your concerns. You're asking them, can you stop doing this? I am going to have to block you. But they keep going. So there's a lack of accountability on social media. It's one of the reasons why people do whatever they want and whatever they want, and they end up hurting so many people. So there we need to regulate. There needs to be a kind of a regulation system. Yes, it is very important.
All right, we are discussing the misuse of social media, its implications to the business. And of course, the question is, how do you use your social media? Do you know that there is a possibility to misuse your social media when you're ignorant about it? Alex, there are people that are misusing. Okay, we talked about the aspect of people using, posting vulgar language and everything, but also there are people that are misusing their social media ignorantly. Now, there is a business person, and because I believe, despite you having a personal account and a business page, it doesn't mean that on your personal account you should post whatever you want. What needs to be, in your own opinion, okay, we may speak from the business perspective, what should be posted on social media, and what is social media purposed for, in your own opinion and according to your experience?
So I will try to speak from a business side of view. Now, I am from a business school. I went to Makerere Business School. Now, in most of the topics, or in most of the subjects, or most of the disciplines which they teach at universities and the different institutions where they teach business, and even when they're teaching practical things, like for us, we train in animation and, you know, multimedia. One of the things they talk about is computer ethics. There's communication ethics, or there's business ethics. Then there's also, I think it's called either computer ethics or communication ethics. One of those two, but it's kind of a broad topic. Now, in that area of computer ethics, it is to do with the responsibility of how you use the computer, responsible use of these computer platforms. Now, the internet, as you know, and social media it creates a bubble. Right now, there's a bubble in Uganda. The internet is the place to be. Social media is the place to be. So people of all kinds and all kinds of backgrounds, they come on the internet to, so because it's a place where you don't need training to be, you just have to buy your smartphone and, you open an account, boom, you're in. So you find that people use the internet without knowing actually there are rules there that regard to it. Of course, these are unwritten rules, but they are there and they apply to people and they apply to you. So, one of the things that I would I would consider for a person, especially in business, is that a business platform, for a social online social media business platform is meant for business. It is meant for sales. Now, all different businesses have reasons why they open their business spaces. Some people open them for showcasing. For example, for us, most of our pages are for showcasing. Now, that showcasing is not necessarily for sales, because we don't have particular tangible things we are selling, but we showcase because from showcasing is how we get our customers. But there are some people who post commodities, so they sell directly. But so you have to have a reason why you open that page, and have objectives that exactly meet that criteria. Now, if it is not ethical for you to lie about your products, especially things like that, So if you're saying you are selling products and you're saying your products are quality, you say you deliver in time, you do this, you mention all the things, make sure. I think people have used places like, I'm sorry to mention these platforms, but they are common platforms like Gigi, and Jumia and other platforms. These are very wonderful platforms. But if these people, how would you feel if these people actually told you that this product is this good, then for you to buy it and it's not that good?
A little bit on that.
Yes.
There has been this perspective that people say that what I see when I go to those platforms, what I see on that platform, it's not actually what is delivered, and that's also some misuse of internet.
Yes, it's literally not ethical. I'm not saying that actually those platforms, the platforms we mentioned, actually, Jumia and Gigi, they are very good at and they have used Gigi for some time, and they have spaces where they say, don't do, don't pay money before you see the products, blah blah blah. So it's good. So the thing is, what we're talking about here is basically individual business platforms where business are conducting business or doing sales. It is not ethical to lie. It's not ethical for you to attack your clients or to critique them openly or to comment on them in any way. But that also it goes both ways for even the client. So if your platform is a showcasing platform, post content for showcasing. Don't mix it with politics or other things and everything. So it's just ethical. You should you should be more specific, such that the information is not what? The information is not mixed up. Like somebody came to check out these animation courses, but you find that there are things there which are not about animation. It's all kind of mixed up. It is not good. It's not ethical. A platform should represent exactly what it says it is. So. Inappropriate posts, even if you have a rival, you cannot, that's not a place to discuss it, even if you have a competitor, that's not a place to discuss it. If you are commenting about other people's businesses, it has to be objectively. So ethics of internet, I think and social media, I recommend it's one of the topics which have started to be taught in school, because it's an area which is currently ambiguous. Nobody really there's no outline system of how internet is supposed to be used or social media is supposed to be used. But for any person who has ever attended the business studies who has been coached in business, these are one of the areas business coaches have been focusing on. They teach you about social media, and it's very important. And the proper use of social media will boost sales for you. It will increase your credibility for your clients, and probably boost your sales generally. So it is very important not to post what you're not supposed to post on your social media platform. So I can't specifically say what you should post and what you shouldn't post, because it's your platform. But that, as you post, you have to consider the ethical issues of the place, because the social media is the place. Yes.
Yes, that's Alex, for you there, is an expert in technology, and of course he's telling us how best can you use your social media platform. It's very important to know what to post, when to post, and what to post. You know, the 3 W's are very important to ensure that your social media keeps smooth and your business, of course, will profit at the end of the day. But something you spoke about, the aspect of ethics. Yes, it's very important as you do anything on the internet, because internet is so exposed to quite so many things. So the aspect of being ethical when you're posting something on your social media, or even you're visiting certain websites, you need to keep that conscience of being ethical. Okay, and that's what we had for you on Smart Means Business on Ground. I'm Andrew Barije, and today we've been discussing the misuse of social media and its implications to the business community. Goodbye.
Keeping the matters of your business more professional on your social media accounts is important, so that you don't share personal information or a lot of personal stuff and to your potential customers, because then you will be diverting them from why they are following you or why they visit your pages or your accounts. And that is it for the impact of social media on businesses, and why you need to set clear guidelines on how best to execute your business if at all you are using the social media platforms, whether websites or other social media applications in that space. I'm Jerome Paul Sonko, and thank you very much for being part of Smart Means Business today. Quick one, do follow us on our social media platforms: Twitter, Smart24 TV, Instagram, Smart24_TV, Facebook, Smart24 TV Official, and then YouTube, streaming live on Smart24 TV Live. Please do remember to subscribe. We are as well on LinkedIn. The website is www.smart24.tv. Please do link with us more and more. We are the driving force of business, and on mainstream we are GoTV channel 394 and DSTV channel 372. Till tomorrow, have a blessed day. Good morning.